Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Seth and we are recording episode number 5. In our last episode we finally got a rocket into orbit, but it ran out of power after about 2 or 3 orbits. We don't yet have the solar panels, so we put on a fuel cell, but what we didn't realize is that the fuel cell requires a different source of fuel. So let's have a look at the new rocket that we're going to start using. New rocket that we're going to fly. The same, similar design to the last one, except we don't have the cardboard box experiment because we have to return that to Kerbin. And we actually have a separate tank for the fuel that the fuel cell needs. Taurus 2, and so that is the liquid hydrogen oxygen mix for the fuel cell. It's not good fuel oxidizer, it's different. So and we have the fuel cell. Cardboard box experiment has gone. And it's nothing but batteries. So, we do also have the Geiger counter on there. I don't know that there's much else that we'd want to put on there. Sure, I can stick a microwave in there, but it's too big. Don't need the barometer because we've already got that experiment. The thermometer, the magnetometer won't fit cleanly. So I think what we'll do is we will launch this and see what happens. So, best guess calculating kind of indicates that we might get a few days of electric charge out of the fuel cell. Maybe. Come on, KSP. There we go. Alarm clock. That one. Go away, alarm clock. It's pretty laggy to start with without even launching. Frames, awesome. F. Yeah, well, that's probably an issue. Yeah, but there's still some work to be done on the checking out what mods are in use and which ones are compatible. There's obviously something not quite right there, but that's a problem to worry about another day. I do have a hotkey set up for the radiation scan, so that's good. Still getting sort of performance. Not that one, that one. Okay, so we should start to gravity turn shortly. over. Be very, very, very gradual. Just want to nudge that turn over. As we pass through the clouds. Pretty sure I did the same thing on the last launch as well, over just during that. It's probably considered max Q. I'm gonna put the, sure I can bring up dynamic pressure somewhere. As we pass through that, it seems to now come a little bit more stable. Say that as I nearly flipped again. Thrust to weight ratio 3. Fuel is looking, it's not looking great, but it'll get us there. Come on. To go up a bit more. Getting a bit toasty warm, I think. A real plume does this work. Looks nice. Here we go. Get to space as long as we don't explode. Stop us at about 90. As the heat starts to build up on the nose, but that shouldn't be a problem. We're not accelerating anymore. Most straightest launch we've done, but not to worry. Bring that out to go for that, roughly circular orbit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's a 100 millisecond burn. 600 meter per second burn. We take 40 seconds. So let's change the bearings while we're in atmosphere. Don't need them. Let's grab a radiation scan from high altitude atmosphere. Try and warp a little bit. Can't see the counter. Getting close though. 40 seconds to burn. Okay, so we're 14 seconds. Throw the radiation scan out there. So if we burn at 50%, we should get that. Now I'm also going to look at possibly pushing this out to space, just to get the radiation scan science. You see we have a bunch of data there that we're trying to transmit, which is where we sort of got stuck last time on that. So there's our orbit. Good enough. So then got to wait for data to transmit back. Credits I'm not sure what credits do just yet, but let's start the fuel cell. And 6, I guess we're just keeping it stable. No. So output send cell stop fuel cell in. Chorus 1 is out of fuel, but we know that. Telemetry. Transmitting radiation scan. Okay. If we've even got, must have ground stations around Kerbin. Okay, so that. Trying to work out. Trying to transmit how things work. Charge, okay. Okay, so we time warp down to. Thanks, Chatterer. Actually, I realised, sorry guys, I realised in the last episode that the audio from the game never actually came through, so I'm gonna fix that up, and I'm sorry for that. I'll make sure I try not to that happen again in future. So we've got start fuel cell active, 100% load. Okay, so does that mean it's, there we go, yeah, okay, so that means 100% load, right. So it's got a maximum amount it will charge the batteries. So I don't, yeah, so you can see there my electric charge isn't going up, but my liquid hydrogen is going down ever so slightly, so that should, you know what, just going to turn that volume down a touch. That's actually fairly annoying. Beep. I think it's beep. Those things, let's just slow down the time warp. Can't be beeps because it's got no beeps. Beep frequency, AE. They are. It's side scan on science transmitted, okay. Side scan, which is what that is, okay. That's what that is. Okay, so let's continue this. I just want to, there we go. Certainly get a decent amount of distance on this fuel cell. Should give me a decent amount of power. I'm interested to know what happens when the radiation scan is transmitting, because I don't know if I've ever actually successfully done that. Don't know what the credits are, that's all. 0 credits, maybe that's 0 left. All about learning how to play the game. That's it. It just is. Well, I'm happy that that's going to give us a good amount of like that will give us everything we need. That'll give us enough to transmit all this science. Let's this will also let us charge the batteries too, so let's stop fuel cell for a moment. Let's line up prograde. So I'm going to push this out to a, maybe if I can, I might not actually be able to. Have to do it from the dark side, fortunately. I've only got, oh yeah, 500 milliseconds. That'll be ample. Absolute, not a problem. I can nearly get to the mun by that. So let's burn out to there. See what happens. So I'll turn the fuel cell off because I want the battery to run down a bit so I can charge it from the alternator on the rocket. And I don't want to waste any of that alternator by the battery fully charged and then it not generating any more power. So we'll just time warp around to the burn. If I do another one and transmit that, does that increase the number of data that it needs to transmit? Okay. Cool. Well, it doesn't. That's interesting. Okay, so I didn't charge the battery anywhere near as much as I was hoping. Turn the fuel cell back on. Fuel cell stopped. Don't know what that means. So running. Cell stopped. I don't know. That might be a conflict with another mod. Now if I time warp to iSpace, I can get another load of science. Actually starting to get a little bit sure, but let's turn the volume of the side scan right down. Okay. It's 81, 200. I think it's 250 we need to go to. So high space. Transmit that science, so you can see Kerbin space high is 200 meg. Okay, so that's gonna take quite some time to transmit all of that science. Guessing a better antenna make it happen quicker. That's okay. That's good enough for now. Let's leave old matey there on 4 hours. Go back to the space center. I want to see if that continues to transmit data while it's not the active vessel. So that was fairly successful. How much science do we have now? We probably need to look at getting yeah, where's that? Probably need to look at getting 2 rovers, which are kind of meh. Launch another rocket with magnetometer. Gonna have to do planes at some stage. I need my launch clamps, some already couplers. they're buried behind there. So tell you what, we might science. We might radiation scan from upper atmosphere. Okay, that's because it hasn't. Right, that's because it hasn't fully come in yet, I think. Okay. That makes sense. Radiation scan. High space. Radiation space new scan, because they all just have not come back yet. Okay. Not a problem. So we might, let's just time warp for 2 days. And we'll see if because the fuel cell should last 2 days, that I'm pretty certain of. But the amount of science that we've got, the amount of science that was transmitted should have changed. Maybe not, maybe I need to go to the vessel for it to register. It'll be a bit annoying if it has to be the active vessel to get the science from it. Science selected object. Oh, kind of handy. And I think I've got a mod in here. I believe that I thought it would hide. Yeah, so I can only I do have OPM installed, but because I can't see the planet, I don't see Moho. I've got to get it. I think it's Tarsius Space Tech that I need to. That requires the fact that I image the orbital bodies before I can view them and go there. Okay, so let's have a look now. Yeah, so I actually need to have this as the active vessel. Okay, that's fine. So reduce electric charge has incoherent behavior at high speed. Does that mean that I can't get that off? Electric charge. There is. It's operational. So. Yeah, pretty much just gotta ride this out, let it go. Sit here in time warp. It is really starting to be annoying.